Hello friends, this is Shashank here, and in this video I'm going to show you my Nvidia control panel setting and will also explain you each of them so that you can clearly understand it and set it manually as per your requirements. Now let's move further towards the control panel. To open control panel, right click on your desktop and click on Nvidia control panel. Now in the control panel, go to manage 3D settings and then go to global settings and set the preferred graphics processor to high performance Nvidia processor. What it will do is it will make computer to utilize Nvidia GPU in all softwares and games so that you can get better performance. But if you are working on battery, I recommend it to keep it to auto select. Now moving further to the settings, number 1 is ambient occlusion. In ambient occlusion there are 3 settings available of performance and quality. Ambient occlusion is used to produce better quality, smoother and more detailed shadows. Therefore, you can set it to performance if you want less realistic shadows and to improve performance, and also you can set it to quality if you want more detailed shadows but at the cost of performance. So I recommend it to keep it to off, and if you want more detailed shadows you can set it manually from the games which supports it. Normally in games there are two types of ambient occlusion settings, SSAO and HBAO. From both of them, HBAO produces better quality shadows but has a very significant performance hit on GPU. So if you want better quality and has very powerful GPU, then set it to HBAO, and if you want better performance then set it to SSAO or turn it off. Now number 2 is anisotropic filtering. In anisotropic filtering, the settings available are application control, off, 2x and all the way up to 16x. Anisotropic filtering helps make textured objects appear clearer. Here I recommend it to keep it to application control, because if you set it to some value, say 2x from the control panel, then if you will tweak it to 16x or turn it off in the game, then it will only work on 2x, not on the settings you will set in the game. So better keep it application control. And also if your game is lagging and you want better performance, then set this to off. Now number 3 is anti-aliasing gamma correction. Anti-aliasing gamma correction improves the color quality of game and further improves the reduction in jaggedness, and uses very less power of GPU. So I recommend it to keep it enabled. Now number 4 is anti-aliasing mode. This setting determines how anti-aliasing is applied in the anti-aliasing settings below. Anti-aliasing helps to smooth the appearance of aliasing in games. Here there are 4 settings available: application control, off, enhance application setting and override any application setting. If you set it to application control, then as I mentioned earlier, each game can have its own independent anti-aliasing settings, and if you want better performance or your game is lagging, then set it to off. If you want better graphics, then you can set it to enhanced application setting. To use enhanced application setting, first set any level of anti-aliasing to game. For example, set it to 8x from game settings. After that, from enhanced application settings, if you will set it to 8x CSAA, will improve the overall graphics with only slight performance hit. So, if you are using any level of anti-aliasing in game, I recommend to use the same level of enhanced setting with CSSA, which is coverage sample anti-aliasing, to get better graphics with only little GPU usage. And you can use override an application setting to force more level of anti-aliasing than present in game. For example, if your game supports anti-aliasing up to 16x, then by using override an application setting, you can force it to use up to 32x. Now number 5 is anti-aliasing transparency. This setting helps improve the appearance of jaggedness of images which have transparent textures such as grass, chain link fences, etc. Here the settings available are off, multi-sampling and super sampling up to 8x. Set it to off if you want better performance, and if you are not using anti-aliasing in game. But if you are using anti-aliasing in game, then set it to multi-sample. What it will do is it will provide improved image quality with only a minimal performance hit. But if you have a very powerful GPU, then I recommend it to keep it to super sample, because it provides most noticeable image quality. Now number 6 is Cuda GPUs. Cuda is Compute Unified Device Architecture. It is used for general computing tasks like CPU is used. The task includes video editing, photo editing, etc. And I recommend it to keep it as it is. Now number 7 is maximum pre-rendered frames. It controls the number of frames the CPU prepares before it is being rendered by the GPU. Here the settings available are 0, 1, 2, 3 and all the way up to 8, and the default value is 3. If you set it to some higher values, for example 8, might result in smoother but more laggy gameplay, while if you set it to some lower values, for example 3 or 2, can help reduce mouse and keyboard lag. However, extremely low values such as 0 may hurt performance. So I recommend this option to be kept at its default value 3. And also in some cases mouse lag is due to lower frame rates, so adjusting this to lower might not fix mouse lag. Now number 8 is multiple display or mixed GPU acceleration. This setting is for people having multiple displays. Here the settings available are single display performance mode, multiple display performance mode and compatibility performance mode. Many people have misunderstanding that this setting is for people having more than one GPU, but it is not true, and this setting is for people having more than one display. So if you have single display, then I recommend it to keep it to single display performance mode, and if you have multiple displays, then keep it to multiple display performance mode. And in multiple displays when display performance mode, if you are facing graphic glitches, then set it to compatibility mode. Now number 9 is power management mode. Here the settings available are adaptive and prefer maximum performance. Adaptive is the recommended setting here and uses GPU as per requirements of games. But if it is set to prefer maximum performance, then it will use full power of GPU all the time, whether it is needed or not. So I recommend this to keep it to adaptive, as it will use full power of GPU only when it is needed. Now number 10 is texture filtering anisotropic sample optimization. If your texture filtering quality setting, which is number 12, is not set to high quality, this option can be set to on or off. If it is set to on, it uses an optimized textured sampling technique, resulting in a slight drop in image quality and returns faster performance. If you want the highest quality graphics, set this option to off or set it to on if your game lags and if you want better performance. Now number 11 is texture filtering negative LOD bias. LOD is the level of detail and is used to sharpen details on screen. Here the settings available are allow and clamp. If you set this to allow, it will produce sharp images but can introduce to aliasing and shimmering. So I recommend here to set this to clamp and use any level of anisotropic filtering setting, which is number 2, as it also improves the sharpness of images without adding to aliasing. Now number 12 is texture filtering quality. Here the settings available are quality, high quality, performance and high performance. If you set this to high quality, it will provide better image quality at the cost of lower performance unless you does not have very powerful GPU. If it is set to higher performance, it will lead to lower quality images but will return better performance. So I recommend here to set this to quality or performance if you want both good image quality as well as performance. Now number 13 is texture filtering trilinear optimization. If your texture filtering quality setting, which is number 12, is not set to high quality, then only this setting can be set to on or off. If this is set to on, it will provide better performance at the cost of slight drop in texture quality. So it is recommended to keep this setting on, and if you want highest quality graphics, then set this to off. Now number 14 is threaded optimization. This setting controls the optimization of all games of system with multi-core CPUs. Here the settings available are auto, on and off. And here I recommend to keep this setting to auto because it will allow the drivers to set it automatically as per your hardware. Now number 15 is triple buffering. I recommend to keep this setting to on because if this setting is kept on, it improves overall performance when in-game VSync is enabled, and only enable it if you use VSync in game. And also note that if your GPU has lower video RAM or you are facing mouse lag, then turn it off. Now the last setting, which is number 16, is vertical synchronization. Vertical synchronization increases the level of detail in game by rendering each frame after one is rendered, and also prevents screen tearing. So I recommend this setting to be set application control so that you can directly change it from game as per performance of your game. But if you enable VSync in game, then also enable triple buffering setting, which is number 15, for better performance. Okay friends, I hope this video helped you, and if you have any queries then comment below in the comment section, and also please like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more upcomings, and also thanks for watching.